All right, over to updates from the African continent. Now, the ECOWAS and the African Union are now at odds over what sort of an approach to take when it comes to the crisis in Niger. Haim has all the details for you.
Thank you so much, Shivan. Let's start by looking at what's transpired so far on ground. Now, the junta-appointed Prime Minister Lamine Zain made an unannounced visit to Chad on Wednesday, where he met President Mohamed Idris Deby to seek support. After the meet, Zain said that they expressed the feeling of good neighborliness and brotherhood between Chad and Niger. Niger and Chad share a 1,200-kilometer-long border. Remember, Chad's leader, Deby, had flown to the Nigerian capital, Niamey, 4 days after the coup. Meanwhile, Niger is staring down the barrel of a possible military intervention by ECOWAS nations. As a result, supporters of Niger's junta, they're calling for mass mobilization of citizens against threat of military action here. Now, several civic society groups are calling volunteers from across the country to register to support the country's armed forces. And as per reports, the junta is aware of the call for mobilization but not involved in the recruitment itself, which is set to begin from Saturday in the capital. On Monday, the Peace and Security Council, that's the PSC of the African Union, it held a meeting which diplomats termed were tense and tedious. At the end of the meeting, the group decided to suspend Niger from all AU activities. We'll bring you more on the AU stance regarding Niger in just a bit now. But just before that, the United States has appointed a new ambassador to Niger who will be arriving later this week. Another very important point here. Now, as per the State Department, Kathleen Fitzgibbon is going to Niger to lead the mission during a critical time and to support the American community and to coordinate on the US government's efforts here. Let's just move on to another face-off that is brewing among African nations. It seems that the African Union and ECOWAS group are at loggerheads over how to deal with the situation in Niger. ECOWAS is gearing up for military intervention. The chiefs of the general staffs of the armed forces of ECOWAS member countries, they are convening in Ghana's capital on Thursday and Friday for a meeting to discuss a military intervention in Niger. Meanwhile, the African Union, it's opposing any military action here. A report by French newspaper Le Monde, citing diplomatic sources who attended the African Union meeting on Monday, says the group is disagreeing with the ECOWAS and it said that it fiercely is against any military intervention. This development, it came after a meeting that ran for over 10 hours, which has been described as tense, endless. During this meeting, the African Union's Council for Peace and Security decided to reject the use of force against the Nigerian junta. This position by an official press release on Wednesday. Now, the Sahel region in West Africa, it's been plagued by terrorist insurgencies. On Wednesday, at least 17 soldiers were killed in a terrorist ambush in Niger, the Mali-Niger border. The Niger Defense Ministry said 20 other soldiers were wounded, out of which 6 are in critical condition. The army added that over 100 assailants were neutralized when they were retreating after the attack. Niger, like other countries in West Africa's Sahel region, it's been struggling for years to contain an insurgency by groups linked to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State. The insurgency has killed thousands and has forced millions to flee their homes and has also resulted in food shortages. Niger hosts US, French, German, Italian troops as part of international efforts to combat the insurgency. However, the deal was struck with the now deposed government, and with the mutinous takeover, the future of the foreign contingents, that of course remains unclear.